Hello, everyone. How is your C learning experience? Is it okay? Are you enjoying or a little bit struggling? If you are struggling right now in learning C, then congratulations. You're just trying to do some manifestations that you are at least at least that you are human being, right? Okay, because at first, programming is a very challenging subject. It's a very challenging course. I can still remember when I was in college that I did a lot of struggle. And at that time, there wasn't any Google yet. We don't have, you know, enough reading materials about programming. Not like today that we have lot of resources. By just going at Google and do some research, you can find a lot of resources in there, and you can learn. Right? When you tend to go to YouTube and search, there's so many videos available talking about C, and all you have to do is do some filtering and look at those videos that will somehow fit in to um, your way of learning, right? Your advantage. Okay, so you can make use of my channel and learn C. Though as of now, I am still in the process of finishing my C programming language tutorials, and I tend to address the beginners side of learning C programming. In fact, in every example, I did a single video on that. Like today, I will be sharing another programming example. We'll try to create electric billing, and along the way, we'll discuss it line by line, and we'll do some manual simulations, right? And this way of discussing is being designed to address the beginners, uh, yeah, the beginners, okay? But prior to my discussion, I would like to say thank you to Mr. Joshua Siso, okay, and one of our subscribers. Thank you so much, uh, Joshua. And for those who are sending me an email and sending me a message through PM, thank you so much for encouraging me to do good and to post more videos about C programming. Uh, and also, shout out to Laisi Cortis Training Center. Okay, thank you so much for following my YouTube channel. Right? We did chat the owner of this and my idol uh, in business. Right? I like his business idea, and I know he'll be making big in as much as business idea is concerned, right? By the way, if you're planning to take teacher's board and your problem is uh, you're looking for a training center, I would like to personally suggest and yeah, to go to LCTC. It's it's beside uh, Unihome, right? It's there. Um, so far, the performance of that training center is good. I can personally see those tarpaulin in there congratulating their reviewees, right? So LCTC, thank you. Um, Now here, I would like to give you my online notepad. Okay, look at this. We are going to create a C program. Okay, that will be asking for an electricity usage in terms of watts, and then we'll try to calculate it, uh, and we'll produce. This is the so-called electricity bill, right? But then I would like to remind the audience and the viewers that the formula that we are using in here are actually based on my personal yeah, because I don't know really what is the proper and correct computation of the electric bill, right? But then more or less this is fun. Logic wise, this is correct, but then as to whether the formula is correct, I don't know. This is not, I think, right? But bottom line is this is how electric bill is being computed. Though there are some additional charges, like, right? So like for example, penalties, right, and so on and so forth. But then um, what I'm going to discuss here today are actually the basic computation of electric bill. Now these are actually the conditions. Okay, if your wattage consumption is 50 watts, then you are supposed to pay, or you're to be charged at 50 centavos per watt. Right? And if your watts usage is 100 at least, right? Meaning if it goes beyond 50 watts until 100, then you'll be charged at 75 centavos per watt. And at Sebeco 2, I think the charge is based in kilowatt, yeah, per kilowatt. And if your usage is at 150, meaning 150 watts, then you'll be charged at 120 per watt. Okay, and if your usage is above 250, then you'll be charged at 1.50 per watt. And then there's an additional 20% surcharge. Okay, so now in programming, what you're going to do is to convert this one into a condition. And if this condition is true, right, then you have to compute. You have to create a formula to get that. Right? So we have to convert this one into a condition and then create a formulas. Convert this one into a condition and create a formula, and so on and so forth. Same with this one. The adding of surcharge is another formula. Okay, that's programming. Say for example, if your watts usage is 50, then you're supposed to pay 25 pesos because per watt is being charged at 0.50. Then 0.25, right, plus the 20% surcharge, meaning 20% of 25. Same with the second one, the third, and the last one. So if your usage is at 100 watts, then you'll be paying 0.75 per watt plus the 20%. Okay? Of course, if your usage is 100, then we have to subtract it by 50 because the first 50 watts is being charged at 50.50, and then the remaining will be charged at 0.75, right? So that is why here in I'm sorry, I have this 100 minus 50, meaning whatever is your usage in here, minus deducted by 50 and multiplied it by the charge, which is 0.75, and whatever is the deduction, that will also be added. right? Because your 50 in here is not part of 0.75 charge, right? The charge is 0.50. Are you following? Okay. So you have to create formulas, and like I said, programming is it's an art. Okay, so you can create your own formulas for as long as your formula targets the problem. Okay, so that's it. And if your wattage is at, or the usage is at 150, then you'll be charged at 120. But you know, right? Not that 150, we have to subtract it by the next this one, because the following is being charged at 0.75. All right, are you following? So 150 minus 100, whatever is the difference, you have to be charged at 1.20, and then add 75 as actually the cost of 100 watts at 0.75 charge. Okay, so that's it. And I hope I was able to explain the logic of the formula. Okay, the challenge in programming lies on, I'm sorry, in lies on the formulation of formula, and of course analysis will get in, right? Okay, so this is it. Okay, now this is our program. I I declared watts as an integer because I'll be asking for the wattage. Though in real life, sometimes your usage is point something, right? There's a decimal, but in this particular example, just considered watts as an integer variable, and then the amount, the total amount, and the surcharge uh, are float variables because we'll be handling amount, and it must be with two decimal places. Okay. So on this one, I'll be asking for your what's was usage, and whatever is that, that will be stored to watts. All right, and I did use percent %d. Why? Because this is the requirement. If a particular variable is being declared as an integer, then the data placeholder must also be an integer data placeholder. Okay, now since I have the value for watts, right, then I can check the condition. If watts is less than or equal to 50, this one, all right, if it's true, then the formula is whatever is your watts multiplied it by 50. That's according to the problem. All right, so then if this is true, this will be executed, and right after execution it will exit. Because why? This one in here are actually part of one big if statement. This is an else if statement. We have a lot of if statement within an if statement. Okay, and since I have already the amount, the value for amount as a result of watts times 0.50, then it will exit and perform these two lines. Surcharge is equal to whatever is your amount multiplied it by 0.20. Why? This is according to the problem. There is an additional 20% surcharge added to the bill. So whatever is the amount of your bill, your usage, get the 20% of that, and the 20% of this will be stored to surcharge, and then your total amount is equal to your amount. All right, in here, your amount plus the surcharge, which is actually the 20% of your bill amount, and whatever is that, that will be stored to total amount. Are you following? And then display electric bill is equal to PHP dot. Again, I am using that to if y. I did discuss this in my previous videos. I want to control the decimal places of my float value, because if I'm not, then C will give at least 4 decimal places or 6. And since we're dealing with amount or money, then we'll limit it to 2 decimal places. and whatever is that, that will be displayed in here. Okay, so that's actually the logic. So if, for example, your your watch is 50, right? So uh, if 50 meaning this condition is true, right? Is watch less than or equal to 50? True. Perform. So your amount is equal to your watch, which is 50, right? And multiply it by 0.50. It's in here. Okay? So how much is that? That's 25. Okay? And this 25 will be stored to amount. And after executing this line, it will exit. It will exit from the if statement and proceed to here. So what is then? Surcharge. Okay? Surcharge is equal to amount, which is how much? 25.00 times 0.20, meaning 20% of 25. So I'm going to use my calculator. 25 times 0.20, that's 5. Alright? 5 pesos. Are you following? And then the next formula is we'll try to get the total amount. The total amount is how much? Your amount, which is 25, okay, plus the surcharge, which is how much? 5.0. So meaning your electric bill is how much? 30 pesos. Alright? So we'll try running this program. Okay, let us see if we are able to simulate it manually. All right, so it's in here. We'll try to we will try to run the program. Okay, I hope my internet connection is okay. And now the program is asking for what? What's consumption? So our example was how much? 50. Okay, when we press enter K, the electric bill is 30 pesos, which is correct. It's in accordance with our manual simulations in here. So meaning our condition is correct, and we can even check the other conditions. Okay, and these are all actually correct. I already checked this one, and if watts is right less than or equal to 150, so what particular it should be in here. So the rate is 0.20, but prior to multiplying 150 to 120, you have to subtract it by 100. All right, it's in here. So for example, 150. Now if it is 150, the first condition is false. All right, because your watts is not less than 50. The second condition is also false because your watts is greater than 100. The third condition is true because your watts is equal to 150. Now, since your watts is equal to 150, this line will be executed. Okay, so what's next? If 150, so your amount is equal to 75, all right, plus your watts, which is 150, minus 100, okay, then times 1.20. This is the formula. Why? Because the 100 of your 150, according to the problem, is actually being charged at 0.75. Okay, and in excess to that, you'll be charged at 1.20. So your 100 watts at 0.75 is 75 pesos. Are you following? So 75 pesos. Okay, look at this. 75 pesos is actually your bill in excess to 150 plus 150 minus 100, which is actually how much? Um, 50, right? 50 multiplied it by, I'm sorry, we'll erase the uh, 1.20. So that is more or less how much? Um, 75 plus 50 times 1.50. Sorry. Uh, 50 times 1.2. That is 60. All right. So 60 plus 75, your bill is 135. Your amount is 135, right? And it will exit and it goes down in here. So the formula says we need to compute for the surcharge amount. Your amount is how much? 135 according to our computation times 20%. So that's more or less how much? 135 times 0.2, that is 27. So you have a surcharge of 27, and then your total bill or total amount is equal to your amount, which is 135, plus your surcharge, which is 20%. That is 27, right? So 27 plus 135, your total bill is how much? 162 point. If your wattage or usage is 150, right? So we'll try running this program again and using 150 as our watts was usage. Let us see. Electric bill is 162. All right. So which is correct. Okay. So now I would like to suggest you guys, if you want to be good in programming, learn how to do manual simulation. You have to simulate your program manually, or else you cannot create a correct program. You'll end up using the trial and error way of doing things, right? So if you're good in manual simulation, then eventually you can create correct program. And for you to be good in manual simulation, learn the different behaviors of C statements. Memorize the syntax, understand the behavior, the attitude of if statements, loop statements, printf, scanf, and everything, right? And if you know the different functions and behavior of the different statements in C programming language, then you can be good in manual simulation. All right. So I hope I was able to explain the logic of our electric billing today, and I hope I was able to to discuss the challenge of this problem is the conversion of this one into a formula. That is number one challenge in programming. You have to be good and you have to be very analytic in converting that particular narrative into a conditions, and from that conditions into a formula, and then you can create a correct program. Okay, so that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope uh, you're learning, and I hope you'll help me in sharing this channel to your friends, to your neighbors, and to those who are wanting to learn programming. Right? Please give me a favor. Thank you so much. Um, God bless you. God is good. Bye for now.